Hi, my name is Jason, Director of Aftercare Programs for the Cenikor Foundation. I'm here with Sara and Aimee, and today, in celebration of Recovery Month, we are going to talk about our personal journeys of recovery. Sara, what inspired you to start your recovery journey?
Well, I think my breaking point for me was really, I just felt that enough had been enough, and I had gone to treatment a couple times, decided to go to treatment again, and the people there were really digging into their recovery journey and motivated. And I just felt like that was my time and that I needed to really dig into my own recovery as well. And I was really excited and found a good community for myself.
That's good. For me, my journey was kind of forced on me. I was making decisions in my addiction that were not very good. And so I ended up in trouble. So I kind of went into recovery unwillingly, but as I continued to work through the process, I really found inspiration and hope for my life, which led me to where I'm at now. Aimee, what about for you? What about your recovery journey?
So mine was a little different because I really didn't think that I had a problem. And so I spent my whole life, when people did start saying that maybe I drank too much, I sought out people that drank more. And so somehow started dating a normie. And at that point, it was like I was hiding alcohol. I was lying about it, and I just didn't like who I was becoming. And the final time I just saw that look of disappointment on his face, I was like, enough's enough. And went to AA that very next day and cried through the whole thing. But I never gave up. I stayed, found a sponsor, and just really worked that program to be where I am today. 7.5 years today.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Nice. That's awesome.
What was one of the biggest challenges that you faced when you first started?
Oh man, I had to relearn my life. And, I had an excuse of all the reasons why I couldn't, stop drinking, like, oh, my sister's getting married, or, it's Tuesday. And, so it was having to relearn that I could go to sporting events and not drink beer. I, could watch a movie at home and not open wine. I can actually, go do things. But the hardest part at the beginning was going to the grocery store, stopping to get gas, all those places that it was just so easy to access wine. Going to the nail salon. I mean, all those things were so hard for me. But, today it's, hey, just hand me a Diet Coke and I'm good. But those were tough.
Yeah. For me, it was a mental obsession. Again, I didn't think I had a problem, but, when that went away, that was all I thought about. And so for years, I struggled to be okay with myself because all I could think about was what could I do to get out of my situation and not have to deal with the way I was feeling. But when I finally overcame that, kind of everything started falling into place. What about for you?
I think for me, the biggest challenge was probably changing my people, places, and things. Just because, like you said, a routine. I had the same routine and the same group of people. And that saying show me your people, I'll show you your future. And so that had become my future, right? So I had to find a whole new group of friends, and I actually did relocate. Found a whole new group of friends, but that was really hard for me to find new friends, especially as you get older. It's really hard to find friends. So that was really hard for me, but I just stepped out in faith and believed in, as we say, trusted the process.
Trust the process.
So that was really a big part of it. So
yeah, that's good. What about, is there anything that you do daily or weekly that keep you connected?
Yeah, for me, honestly, I'm very spiritual. And so my higher power, I connect with my higher power daily, get into the word, get into the AA book, read the meditation. Just for today, I have that app on my phone, but those are really daily, weekly. Anytime I'm going through a rough time or feel like pressure's too much, dig into that and really dissect it. So that's really big for me.
For me, it's that serenity prayer. I find myself saying that all the time. Because every day I'm faced with situations that I just have no control over, and sometimes I don't even know if I can change it or what to do to change it. But I find that for me, the daily repeating of the serenity prayer helps me out a lot. And then also attending meetings and also going to church. I think that's really important for me as well. What about for you?
So my prayer is the third step prayer.
Figured that one would come up too.
Yes.
That one, let me align my will with yours, God, or my higher power, right? And it's everything that you guys already said, that I have to get up in the morning and have my quiet time to meditate and spend time with God to get my day ready. And then how many times I have to restart it during the day, like when things are going a little sideways. But I definitely, I have a sponsor. I still connect with her. I get in trouble if I don't call her every day. So I try to call her every day, and I still try to stay involved in the AA, going to at least 2 to 3 meetings a week and chairing meetings, leading meetings, and being involved in that community, because it's that meeting new friends, right? And having those sober friends in my life.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, she's got me chairing a meeting tomorrow night. So
Sure
it's
do.
Gonna be, it's going to be interesting. How does working at Cenikor, being able to working for a recovery organization, help you in your recovery?
Oh man, I think because at Cenikor we have such a safe culture, that's really a big deal to me. And just that we do the safe culture, and then also like second chances, and that we look past the past. And so that's been a really big deal for me, just that we can be who we are and feel safe where we are. And so that's been amazing for me, just being in that we're allowing people to be in a safe place and in their recovery. And so understanding people and where they come from is huge to me. And that's really something that Cenikor offers.
Yeah. I know as director of Aftercare, for me, one of the biggest advantages for me in my recovery is that I work with a team of people who are in recovery.
Yeah.
So every day we're kind of coaching them and working with them. And that, it helps keep me grounded. But like you said, Sarah, working for an organization where, the majority of our employees are in recovery, it helps because you can build bonds with those people and that honesty that we keep while we're in the groups and doing those things together. What about for you?
I think it's that same thing that you guys are saying. It's about being around people that are in recovery. And, prior to working here, it's still that stigma of like, you don't want to be like, I'm an alcoholic or, any of that, whereas here, you can kind of, it's not like joke about it, but be open about it, right? And people understand where you're coming from and support where you're going. And, working in HR, it's great to be able to tell people when you're like, recruiting and interviewing, and they're like, I got a background, and I'm like, hey, come on.
Me too.
Yeah, that's what we want. You can help somebody else that has one too, and so it's that letting them know it's okay, and that who we were in the past isn't who we are today.
Exactly.
That this is our second chance to live life differently, and that we all support each other in doing that. And I think it's great. I think that's a huge part of our culture here.
I agree.
I agree with that. It's nice to catch those noon meetings every now and then. No one's worried about where you are.
You have to say I'm at lunch. I'm at lunch.
I'm at lunch.
My car washed.
Yes, yeah, exactly. What about a message you might have for someone who's struggling with their addiction?
That's good. I think what people told me before, and I still tell people today, is just don't give up on yourself. And I mean, I tell families that all the time too, like don't give up on your loved ones, because we never know when that time is their time. Because people can go to treatment multiple times. I went to treatment multiple times, and that last time it was just enough was enough, and I don't even know what it was for me, but that was my time. And that's the thing, we never know when your time is going to be your time.
Yeah.
And so don't give up on yourself, and do the work. Do the work that it's laid out before you in AA and that your sponsor is telling you to do. But yeah, I mean, my biggest thing is just don't give up on yourself, because there's a beautiful life for you out there.
It only works if you work it.
Yes.
Holds true. Always true.
Yeah.
What about for you, Amy?
I was like, y'all are just throwing out all the little.
We have all that.
Does our known self be true? Yes. Anybody that's struggling is, it's when it's your time. Like try a meeting, try talking to somebody. If you're not ready, you're not ready. And I think that it's letting people know it's not forced upon them. So, and I think that's a great part of it. It's like, you said, going to treatment, we weren't ready those other times. And I can remember having a therapist, and I was just like, I'm sorry, but AA is not for me. Like, I'm not doing that, and she's like, it's okay. It's not for everybody. And, made it okay that I wasn't. And then when I was finally ready, then it was like, okay, I'm all in, I'm not just, tipping my toe in the water. But it's definitely, you can't want it for somebody else. and they have to want it for themselves, and they're going to do it when they're ready. And, you know, if you're struggling, just keep trying, you know, keep reaching out.
Yes.
I agree. And, you know, for me, whatever stage of change someone is in, that's where Cenikor is here to meet somebody. You know, we say that we're here to walk with you well beyond recovery, and that's true. But the only way to get started is to reach out for the help. Thank you, Aimee. Thank you, Sara. This has been a great conversation. Always excited to share our experience, strength, and hope. If you are struggling with addiction, we are here for a new opportunity for hope for you. If you reach out to our admission center, which is open 24 hours a day, we'll be more than happy to help you get you started on your journey to recovery.